and I get together every night at the tavern at Broadway First, where we sit way in the back, me, Jill, Rose, and Jack, where we silently work on my thirst. Jill, me, Jack Daniels, and sweet Gypsy Rose.
Food and beverage service with Keith Phillips. Food order taking techniques. There are basically two methods of taking orders. The first method is very simple. The second method, which is a schematic diagram method, is something that I introduced in Dubai. When taking orders, the waiter will have to use a blank KOT, kitchen order ticket, or a schematic diagram, which is a piece of paper on which the number of covers is mentioned. The way the order is taken must serve three purposes or functions. First, the KOT must be clear. The great enemy of clarity is personally devised abbreviations. Abbreviations must be consistent and agreed upon by the kitchen and restaurant staff. They must never be personally devised abbreviations. The abbreviation must be understood by the chef and the waiter and the cashier. Number two, the waiter must be able to see which dish is to be served to which customer. This is very essential because normally waiters work in pairs as captain or an assistant captain or a waiter. If the captain is away, the waiter who takes the place of the captain must be able to see which dish is to be served to which customer. Number three, when the bill is prepared, it must be clear what has been ordered and consumed. The guest must see that he has not been cheated, that no additional menu items or beverage items have been added, and at the same time, no item should have been missed out because that is being dishonest to management. Methods of order taking. Essentially, there are four methods, but today we will discuss the triplicate method. The KOT or kitchen order ticket or BOT, beverage order ticket, and food check consists of 3 copies. Each copy is a different color scheme. This is for control purposes in the control system. To ensure efficient control, the waiter or waitress must fill in the information required on the KOT or BOT. This being table number, number of covers, date, signature of waitress or waiter taking the order, and time. Taking food orders. Ensure the guests are ready to order. Stand to the left of the guest. Take the order of the guest on the right hand side of the host first and walk anti-clockwise around the table, finishing with the host's order last. Take order up to and including the main course. Note any special instructions. Repeat the order to the guest to make sure that the order is correct. Transfer the order to a fresh KOT, including the special instructions. record the sale for billing purposes, and place the order with the kitchen. The first method of taking an order is while the guests are sitting in the restaurant at their table. Very essential to remember how to number tables and how to number the chairs. Because today we will recognize the guests by the chairs they are sitting on. The chair that is nearest the kitchen door is number 1, moving forward and clockwise. Now if you look at the top columns, there are 5 of them. This is very important information which can be used for control and marketing purposes. You get table number, a number of covers or the number of people sitting for dinner, the signature of the waiter or waitress, the time the order was taken, and the date. Below that you have 3 columns. The first column is the number of portions. The second column is the menu item. And the third column is the seat number of the guests. For example, tomato soup is ordered by the guest who is sitting on chair number 2. So the moment the guest on chair number 2 orders for a tomato soup with the abbreviation, at the side you put chair number 2. Again, the next guest ordered for a sweet corn vegetable soup. Have a look at the abbreviation SC vegetable soup, which is very common between you, the chef, and the cashier. This is ordered by chair number 3. Chair number 4 has ordered a smoked salmon. Once you get to know that chair number 2 has ordered a tomato soup, then you can go ahead and put portion number 1. Once you get to know chair number 3 has ordered for a sweet corn vegetable soup, you can go ahead and put portion 1, and so on and so forth for smoked salmon. Once the first course is done, you can draw lines across to differentiate to the chef that that is the first course, main course, and sweet and dessert course. The same way you can do for your main course. Again, chair number 3 has ordered for a chicken curry, so that's 1 portion. It is very important here to put the number of the chair and the menu items first. At the end, you can add the portions. For example, you have over here chair number 3 has ordered for a chicken curry. Now suppose chair number 2 has also ordered for a chicken curry. Then at the side of 3, you will put a comma and then you will add a 2. So we will know that chair number 3 and chair number 2 has ordered for a chicken curry. So when we come to the portion side, then we can put 2 chicken curries. But when you look at this carefully, all our guests have ordered different menu items. Now if you look at the sweet and dessert or the third course, over there you can see that chair number 2 and chair number 4 both have ordered fresh fruits. But chair number 2 has ordered only banana, orange and mango. And chair number 3 has ordered only watermelon and papaya. Now if you look at the portion side, you will see 2. That means the chef has to make 2 portions of fresh fruits, 1 with banana, orange and mango, and the second with watermelon and papaya. The second method of taking order is a schematic diagram. Now, this is normally done when guests do not enter the restaurant immediately. They prefer to sit either in the lounge bar or in the garden and consume their beverages, wine, sherries, etc. Now, the waiter has no idea on what chairs the guests are going to come and sit on. But he knows the table number because he has taken the reservation and done a reservation on the table for 4 people. Now, what is a schematic diagram? A schematic diagram is just like a KOT, but 2 small pieces of paper. You have a sample 1 and you have a sample 2. Now, it is common practice that whenever you take a lady's order, you put a line across that section of the diagram. If you look at sample 1, the lady in red, the lady in blue, both have the lines running across. But the gent does not have that line. This differentiates between ladies and gents. The same in sample number 2. The lady in red and lady in blue have a line running right across, whereas the gent does not. If you look at sample 1, since you do not know where lady in red is going to sit, either on chair 1 or chair 2 or chair 3 or chair 4, we just write on top lady in red, lady in blue or gent. Please identify your customers either by the color of their clothes or their blouses or their hats, and the same thing with the gents by the color of their ties or suits, etc. Be very careful, never mention descriptions like fat lady, thin lady, old lady, young lady, bald gent, etc. Because if by mistake this schematic diagram goes into the hand of the guest, it will be very, very, very disappointing and insulting. You can see over here, the lady in red has ordered a tomato soup as a first course, Rogan Josh along with the roti, 2 rotis as a main course, and the dessert, fresh fruits, banana, orange and mango as the 3rd course. The same thing is with the lady in blue and the gent. Once you have drawn this schematic diagram and identified which guest is having what food, you can go back into the kitchen, transfer this order onto the KOT. Only thing you will not know is the seat numbers on which they are sitting. That can be done once the guests come into the restaurant, sit at the table. Then you can identify which guest is sitting on which chair. For instance, the lady in red could be sitting on chair number 2 and the lady in blue could be sitting on chair number 3, or the gent could be sitting on chair number 4. The reason for this is the chef can start preparing the first course while the guests are still seated at the bar, lounge bar or at the garden. We don't have to wait for the guests to come into the restaurant and then take their order. This saves time and offers excellent service to our customers. It is very essential over here to remember it is our aim to please customers and to satisfy their needs. The final step is to distribute the KOTs. The KOTs must be distributed to the different sections so that each section knows what to do. Number one, the top copy or first copy of the KOT goes to the kitchen and is handed to the aboyer or barker at the hot plate. He will bark or give the orders to the various sections of the kitchen to prepare the menu items. 2. The duplicate or second copy. This copy goes to the cashier who makes out the guest's bill. Number 3. The flimsy or third copy. This copy is retained by the waiter at the sideboard as a means of reference as to what is to be served at the table, what is to be given to chair number 2, chair number 3, chair number 4, or even chair number 1. Any checks or bills which must be cancelled should have the approval of the head waiter or supervisor's signature on them. It is very essential over here to remember that to have a nice check average, it is essential for all waiting staff to be able to sell, and to sell you must be able to tell, and to tell you must know how to describe each menu item to the guest. This is good salesmanship, and it offers our guests good quality food with good quality service, and it encourages and pleases our owners of the hotel.
Me, Jill, Rose, and Jack, where we silently work on my clerk. Jill, me, Jack Daniels, and sweet Gypsy Rose.